Within the last hour, the NTSB released new information about Tuesday night's crash. Investigators interviewed the train's engineer and the driver in the car behind the SUV that stopped on the tracks. The NTSB also revealing the preliminary review of the train's event recorder and determining that the crossing arm and traffic signal operated properly. CBS 2's Lou Young joining us live now with the NTSB's findings. Lou?
The NTSB says that the engineer sounded the horn on his train for a full 4 seconds before impact, that he threw the brakes into emergency, and it screeched on for 30 seconds after that because at that speed there was simply nothing he could do.
The engineer reported that he saw the car moving onto the tracks.
Crash investigators briefed us moments after finishing their interview with engineer Stephen Smalls about Tuesday's Metro-North disaster in Valhalla. This comes as new photos of the wreckage are released, and the driver of the car, who was directly behind Ellen Brody's SUV, described her getting out to look at the crossing gate that had come down on the rear of her car before she got back inside.
The accident driver then entered her vehicle and sat there for a moment, and he described it as if she had enough time to put on her seatbelt. And the accident driver suddenly pulled forward, and as she did so, the train struck the car.
The investigation now focuses on what happened next, the unseating of the third rail and the fire in the train that caused most of the damage. The family of the last victim to be identified spoke today. We're told Aditya Tomar's wife is inconsolable.
She is grieving, and I guess everybody grieves in their own way, so she is mostly quiet and cry and stop and can't believe this is happening.
What makes this worse is that Tomar's family initially thought he survived. The 41-year-old senior analyst at J.P. Morgan was riding in the front car, planning to get off at the Brewster train station when the SUV moved into the train's path. The family was led to believe he'd been taken to Westchester Medical Center with injuries.
Somebody there, the security, said he's fine, he's undergoing x-rays, so they came home back that we were going to visit 8 o'clock in the morning.
The next day, the medical examiner asked for dental records so the remains could be identified as one of the 6 people killed in the disaster. The investigators today also said that the traffic signals and gates were working properly. There were no malfunctions there as designed.
That was Lou Young reporting in Tarrytown. Also tonight, the commuters who were on the train, some of them saying the train's engineer helped rescue the injured before an inferno engulfed the first car. 32-year-old Stephen Smalls Jr. left his home in Orange County today to meet with investigators. The U.S. Air Force veteran and married father of 2 was filling in for another operator who called out sick Tuesday. Smalls' parents say his faith gave him strength.
I was telling him that, thank God that he was on the train, because God sent him on that train to do that, to save those people. So he was there at the right time. We eventually went to the hospital to make sure he was okay.
Truly a miracle.
Yes, it is a miracle.
His parents say their son was not badly injured, but is emotionally shaken up.